Hi there, my name is Sean, and I have something I need to get off my chest. Now, recently there's been a lot of controversy and fan rage over a particular new game that was announced recently. That game is the sequel to the smash hit game Left 4 Dead. Now, Left 4 Dead puts you in a situation where it's you and a bunch of friends against a horde of zombies. It was created by Valve, the same people who brought you badass scientists, lying cakes, and pretty much invented pwning noobs. Now, how could you really say no to a game like this? 4 survivors against a horde of zombies trying to get to an escape spot. Simple, right? Only if there were the simple brain eaters. Thus came the special zombies, such as the Boomer, the Tank, and everyone's least favorite suicide girl, the Witch. With a winning combination of you and your friends versus zombies, what can you really complain about? Apparently a lot of stuff. The main thing that everyone's so pissed off about is there's no real explanation as to why the zombies are there and why the survivors are there in the first place. Also, you get 4 basic characters with little to no personality. The biker, the non-vet, the college girl, and the regular schmo with a pill problem. I mean, think about it. When you think of a huge zombie movie that was a huge hit, did they ever really focus on the who's and the why's and the character backgrounds? Hell no. All they worried about was the survival aspect and the gore factor. That's all you really need in a zombie movie, and that's exactly what this game is going for. The survival aspect and the gore factor. And zombie movie enthusiasts like me have actually loved this kind of concept. We really don't care about how this guy used to be a Navy SEAL. I mean, maybe they'll kind of hint at it, but no one really cares about his background. They care about how he's going to survive in the zombie movie. And thus, so did Left 4 Dead. And with a huge success like this game, it's only logical that they'd want to make a sequel, with more weapons, more monsters, and newer locations. However, it makes me wonder why they announced it only a year after the initial release of the first game, but hey, that's progress nowadays. I mean, think about it. Fans are always wanting more. Fans usually complain if the sequel is delayed or the sequel is never made. So the companies start shelling out sequels, but the fans still rage on. We want it faster! So the companies are forced to flush out whatever they make, leaving out a whole bunch of gameplay, and the fans sit there and play it and think, dude, this game sucks. We like the original better. So now this game is coming out a year later, and now the fans have something new to complain about. This sequel is coming out too fucking soon. I mean, Jesus, you people are never satisfied, are you? So now to explain the sequel of Left 4 Dead 2. This game will have more weapons, more creatures, and new characters, as well as a whole new setting. These new characters will be thrust into the swamps of Louisiana and try to survive with nothing but guns, pots, pans, baseball bats, and chainsaws. And I think that sounds pretty fucking cool. That's just me. According to these other fans, they don't want anything this new when it comes to Left 4 Dead. They want the same shit over and over again with new updates. Now, one of the strangest reasons as to why the game shouldn't be made is the background story for the main characters aren't fleshed out enough. We want the same Francis, Bill, Zoe, and Lewis. Come the fuck on, are you serious? The characters aren't fleshed out? That's your main reason? These are the same people who are playing Counter-Strike, and they don't really question the backstory and reasons as to why these people are still doing it. In fact, why the hell are the terrorists bombing these random places? I mean, I've invented my own story as to why they are, so, it'll make it a little bit more sense. Cruella de Vil hires terrorists to go bomb a puppy and kitten factory as an act of war against the Dalmatians. So it's up to G.I. Joe to stop these terrorist fiends, all while attempting to save Christmas. There, story over, now let's kill and teabag this chode licker. Now, to be fair, a lot of fans have given a lot of legitimate complaints. Like, if they're going to make all these different updates in new versions, why couldn't they just make this downloadable content? And I kind of agree with them. I mean, all they're really doing is adding more weapons, more zombies, and more levels. However, adding all new melee weapons to a system like this will already add a whole new game mechanic, and if they're going to be doing that, why not just make a whole new game? Which they did. Another logical complaint that these people have, and trust me, that's few and far between, is that hardcore Left 4 Dead players will be left to fend for themselves with no updates and no support. While it seems like a reasonable argument, I have to wonder if they're really going to stop updating and supporting a game that was only released a year ago. I mean, sure, eventually no one tends to a game that hasn't had any activity in years, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to be doing that for Left 4 Dead, which only came out a year ago. I mean, they wouldn't be so phenomenally stupid to stop supporting a game that only came out a year ago just to push out a sequel for the fans. Would they?